Joining me on the Path Radio Spotlight from North Carolina is multi-award winning Southern country music songbird Jennifer Alvarado. Jennifer has won awards for Best Pop Song, Country Artist of the Year, Best Duet, Female Music Video of the Year, Female Vocalist of the Year, and Entertainer of the Year through numerous award communities. We've heard her music on thepathradio.com, and she interviewed on our affiliate podcast, themonthlysocial.com. Jennifer, a big welcome. How are you?
Great. Thank you for having me back.
You're good, eh?
I am. I am.
So I guess I gotta say happy almost Thanksgiving. It's not quite Thanksgiving when we're recording this, but happy almost Thanksgiving to you. I know in the USA, your Thanksgiving is now in late November. We celebrated here in Canada in October. I just celebrate twice. I just use it as an excuse. But
Why not? Why not?
right, more turkey. Do you have big turkey plans or?
We do. Well, so some of our family is sick. So this week, like the number has dwindled down. It just kind of keeps dwindling because somebody calls and they're like, "Yeah, we're sick too." So like we're dwindled down to not very many, but it'll be great. It'll be what it's supposed to be. And yeah, my husband always fries the turkey, so he'll be out there frying the turkey tomorrow.
I was gonna ask, is it an oven turkey or is it one of these videos we see where they put it in
It,
the
yeah,
yeah?
it's totally the video that you see. I mean, he's like outside, like he's outside. He's not doing it in the garage. So like hopefully our house doesn't blow up. But but yeah, he's done this enough times at this point that I'm not worried.
Has it had it ever had it before it went well, had it ever gone wrong?
Honestly, with him, no.
Oh,
No. Like
really?
I'm usually the one that's spastic and things go wrong. Like I think it was 2 years ago, like I put the sweet potato casserole in and I looked over and the entire inside of the oven was on fire. Like it had just like all of a sudden burst into flames, like all the marshmallows. And so I took it out and the entire top was blackened. And I just like took it outside and he just like peeled off the marshmallow top and like threw it to the side and like it was fine. It was just the marshmallows. So like I'm usually the one that's gonna do something if something happens.
No birds on fire. Is there gonna be apple pie? Do you do apple pie, pumpkin pie? What do you do?
Usually pumpkin pie. And
Pumpkin pie.
he's obsessed, like obsessed with pumpkin spice. Like our entire pantry is pumpkin spice stuff. So yes, we have pumpkin pie. There's no debating that.
No other pie, just pumpkin pie,
No,
pumpkin
just
spice
pumpkin pie.
galore. Is this
Yeah.
pumpkin is the pumpkin spice gonna come to an end or
No, it never
no?
ends. No, that like
I see.
he buys in bulk so that it's like covered for the season. But no, like he'll buy it in bulk and he gets his coffee creamer and he'll buy like I don't know how much, as much as the store will sell him, and he freezes it so that it's there for all season. So
That's wild. Yeah, it's probably too much pumpkin spice for me, but we're not here to talk about birds and pumpkin spice, but I understand this week is special for a different reason other than Thanksgiving, although there is reason to give thanks for, as I'm sure some of your fans may also think. Tell us what that reason is.
yeah, so Friday my new song comes out. It's called Colorado. So I'm very happy about that. And then next week, I actually have my holiday EP coming out as well called Christmas in Carolina. So it's kind of a back-to-back music week. Um, but yeah, it's always fun to put out new things and have the opportunity to put out new things. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful people actually want to listen to it. So yeah.
It's a great tune. I thank you for sharing it, and I got to listen to it. And I'm loving it, and it's a great tune. Now, I don't know if I'm imagining this, but you spent I'm thinking you spent some time in Colorado touring this year, if I remember correctly.
So actually California. So I did
California. Okay.
yeah. So I mean I did a West Coast tour. So I started off in Pacifica and went down just kind of found myself down the way to Los Angeles, ended up at the Viper Room. But yeah, so I had the opportunity to do the West Coast and then also I was in Texas in March. So kind of expanded out a little bit.
Yeah, a
That was
lot.
cool too. Yeah, that was cool too. And definitely want to do more of that in the future. But yeah, yeah,
So
I'm very happy for those opportunities.
and it was fun trying to follow you, and you were all over the place, which is probably why I'm sitting there going, was she in Colorado?
I don't
But
know.
yeah, in the time that you've been with us, and I was like, she's doing a lot of shows right now. She's on the road. She's pounding the pavement doing a lot of shows. Um, what influences the name Colorado then for the new single? Was there something that was it road related or?
Honestly, when I was writing it, it was kind of like it just flowed. That was really my reasoning behind it. I love Colorado. It's beautiful. You wouldn't know that by the song, like you would think I hate it, but no, it's beautiful. And I've always been intrigued by Colorado. And I think too, my husband, he actually makes fun of me because he says that it should be damn you, Alvarado. Um, and so like he'll joke about that in shows and he'll tell people, yeah, she wrote that about me. And it's like, no, I didn't. Like, just stop. Don't start that. But yeah, so yeah, it honestly was just one of those things that came to me and it flowed. And I mean, it definitely has some story to it as far as just, everybody has that first love that sort of just left them high and dry and you're like, okay, what was that? Or at least a lot of people have that. So I think I just based it on that, just the fact. And also the song Tequila by Dan and Shay, I've always loved that song. And for me, I always wanted to know the rest of the story and sort of what happened. Like, why did this relationship end? Like, if you're still thinking about this girl, like, why did it end? And so I sort of wanted that point of view too, of making the rest of the story up.
Exclusive information here on Colorado. I love it. And now you know what it does, the like it just the backdrop or the idea or the notion or Colorado just kind of flows with the song too. So I guess I understand that part of it, Jennifer. Um look, we touched a little bit on your touring and you
Yeah.
said California, tons of shows in North Carolina. You were down at Nashville, Tennessee, Atlanta. You've been all over the place. Um, how's the road and are you gonna keep this pace up or?
um, yes and no. I want to be more strategic with what I'm doing in 2024. So right now I'm trying to stay a little bit closer to home in 2024 because sort of what I ran into was I had so much booked in 2023 that things would pop up last minute that I would have loved to have been part of, but I was already scheduled somewhere.
Right.
And so I'm really trying to look at what is worth it. What is that opportunity that's really worth the time of putting in a 6 hour drive or a 17-hour drive or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I know. I'm insane.
Wow.
Um, but because I love this. I love touring. I love being in different places and seeing different crowds and how they interact and all of that. I love meeting people. But there is a very taxing thing that comes with that, especially when you're primarily on your own. Because, unfortunately, I mean, well, fortunately, my husband has his job and his career. And so a lot of these shows, like I'm going on my own and it's me. And so I think that too, like it pulls balance wise.
Yeah.
And so I want to do a very good job at balancing everything. And so I think this year's kind of been an eye opener of how much is too much, but also what am I able to do? And so I definitely want to keep a pace and keep up the momentum, but I want to be strategic with that.
That's all right. So we're still gonna see you out there.
Oh
We're gonna
yeah.
see you're gonna see your home base and maybe there's some bigger things, bigger opportunities as well that may come up throughout the year that you're gonna have a little bit of time for, it sounds like. Look, I in the intro, I threw out a whole bunch of award accolades, and I'm pretty sure I didn't get them all. I know I didn't, but I know you recently won an ISSA International Singer-Songwriter Award in 2023 for the Entertainer of the Year Silver. And I also understand you were just nominated by the Carolina Country Music Awards. I was just gonna say CCMA, but here, if for our listeners in Canada,
Yeah,
CCMA is the Canadian Country Music Awards. Nevertheless, the Carolina Country Music Awards. So tell us a little bit more about that nomination and what happened and what are we thinking?
yeah. Yeah. So I mean, as far as with the ISSA, like I was surprised with the Entertainer of the Year. And I think that meant a lot to me from the standpoint of um it means that you're actually like on the grounds, like making the rounds and going places and performing. And for somebody who just a few years ago was so afraid of putting myself out there and didn't think that I would ever be able to do a 3 hour or 4 hour show, and like what am I going to do, and all of those things. That was a very surreal thing, and it was sort of it was great from the standpoint of being able to see like what God can do. Like if I just get out of my own way, like, hey, like I will work for through you and for you. So that was a cool thing. And then with the Carolina Country Music Awards, um, yeah, I was surprised by the female vocalist. I think just because that is an industry award, and I've always like I've grown up with the CMAs and all of that. So I definitely, I mean, that's just an honor. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just an honor. And to even be in the same like running with other artists that are doing this full time and have careers, and yeah, that I mean it's amazing. So
Yeah. Well, listen, congratulations. And it's an honor for us to be, part of the ride and watching you, keep racking up these accolades and developing all this new music for us and entertaining us and taking us on your journey. Listen, you talked about the Christmas song that you're releasing. Why a Christmas song? What's it about? And I think you said it comes out in another week after.
yes, it comes out
Oh,
December 1st. So it's actually a EP. It includes one song that I released last Christmas called Love Came Down. And then the song that I guess is the quintessential single off of this one is Christmas in Carolina. And it was one that I actually wrote about my grandparents, because growing up, Christmas time at their house was a big deal. I would bake with my grandmother and do projects with my grandfather and all that kind of stuff. And so it's very reminiscent of what it looked like growing up with them and being able to celebrate Christmas. And so it's very nostalgic, and I wanted that. I wanted this Christmas project, and for the songs that I continue to put out every Christmas with it, I wanted it to feel like you're sitting down with the family in the living room and you're just playing songs together and singing and having that Christmas Eve night of celebrating. And so that was really important for me. I didn't want it to be overly produced with anything. I didn't want there to be too much of anything. I wanted it to sound like, yeah, we sat down together with
mhm.
a cajon and some instruments, and that's it. Like, here we go. And then I've also included two of my favorite Christmas carols on there. So Oh Holy Night and Silent Night. But Silent Night's a little bit, it's different. It's a little different flow than usual. So hopefully people like it. Hopefully it's not too far
I-
off the beaten path.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna love what you do. You're a great storyteller and a great artist with your music. And you're making me nostalgic. You're making me miss, Christmas Eve and family and all that stuff and what it is. And I think you probably you're gonna strike a chord with a lot of folks who are listening in, and you're gonna make them think about that. And maybe when they listen to Christmas in Carolina, they're gonna think about it even more. So who knows? You're gonna bring people together, Jennifer. You're gonna bring people together.
I hope so. I mean, that's what Christmas is. Like that's what it's supposed to be about.
Yeah.
Is that, being grateful for what we have, yes, but also just spending quality time together, and because it's so short. It's so short and we forget that. And so I really wanted to be able to bring that little piece of my growing up. Like this is what I experienced, and I hope others can too. So
Well, we're gonna play it, but they don't have to just rely on us. Listen, can you give us all your social media and where fans can pick up your new music and keep tabs on what's coming up next from you? And of course, anything that you'd like to leave us with as we close out our chat today.
of course. So jenniferalvarado.com is my website, and from there you can kind of toggle to all the different things. But Jennifer Alvarado Music would be all my social medias, just at Jennifer Alvarado Music. Also, I'm on all the streaming platforms, so Spotify, iTunes, Apple, Deezer, all of those. Just look me up, Jennifer Alvarado. And if you forget and for whatever reason can't remember Alvarado, look up avocado. I will come up. So
Avocado. Yes, that's right. All my avocados, right, Jennifer?
yes.
Look, you might not be in Colorado, folks, but one thing is certain, and that is that you've been listening to the multi-award winning Jennifer Alvarado on the Path Radio Spotlight. Jennifer has new music out for you right now, and we'll have all of her links in the show notes. Again, happy Thanksgiving, Jennifer. Merry Christmas as we head into the holiday season. Thank you for doing this.
Happy holidays.